Hello everyone, very good morning. So in this video I'm going to show you how to draw the MO energy level diagram of O2 molecule and how to calculate bound order value in various O2 species. Okay, so today I'm going to show you MO energy level diagram of O2 molecule only. Okay, so what is the oxygen electronic configuration? 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. So that means 2 electrons are available in 1s orbital and 2 more electrons are available in 2s orbital and 4 electrons are available in 2p orbitals. So similarly we have another oxygen atom also, like another oxygen atom, this one. Again 1s orbital contains 2 electrons and 2s orbital contains 2 more electrons and 3p orbitals contains 4 electrons, like this. So like this we have 2 oxygen atom. So according to molecular theory, so there is a linear combination of atomic orbitals whenever there is a molecule formation. So in a given molecule, how many atomic orbitals are available, all those things actually undergoes linear combination process and produces the same number of bonding molecular orbitals and anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So generally this 1s combines with another 1s orbital, undergoes linear combination. Similar 2s can undergo linear combination with 2s atomic orbital, and these 2p orbitals can undergo linear combination with the similar type of 2p orbitals available in the another atom or molecule, like this. And in addition to that, so in case of oxygen molecule, we have to understand whether there is a sp mixing possible between the 2s and 2p orbitals or not. So in case of oxygen atom, this is a 2s2 level and this is actually 2p4 level. So whereas in the case of nitrogen, if you see the nitrogen molecule, in that case, in case of nitrogen atom, this is the 2s level and these are the 2p level. So how many electrons are there? Here 2 and here 3 actually. So like this, so in case of nitrogen molecule, always this sp mixing actually possible. sp mixing actually possible because of the small energy gap between the 2s and 2p orbitals. Where in the case of oxygen atom, if you see this difference between them, this actually a little bit higher value, maybe because of the more number of electrons available in the 2p orbitals and 2 electrons available in the 2s orbital. So there is some kind of repulsions between them. Okay, so due to this huge energy gap here, no sp mixing. So here sp mixing actually not possible. Where in the case of nitrogen and below nitrogen elements like carbon or boron, we can see sp mixing possible, sp mixing concept. So in this case there is no sp mixing concept. So therefore out of 3 p orbitals, so one of the p orbital, let us say this is z axis, bonding axis, and assume that this is z orbital of the one of the pz orbital, and this actually undergoes linear combination with another pz orbital in this manner. So this actually produces sigma 2 pz, and the other two combinations, so this is z axis, let us say this is actually y axis. So that means this is actually py and this is actually another py orbital. So in this case these two undergoes linear combination process and produces pi type of molecular orbitals. Similarly px also. So px and py actually produces pi type of molecular orbitals, whereas pz orbital linear combination produces sigma type molecular orbital. So in the case of oxygen molecule, there is no sp mix between 2s and 2p orbitals. Therefore always sigma 2p z actually having lower energy when compared to pi 2 py or pi 2px orbitals, molecular orbitals. So by considering all these things, we have to construct the MO energy level diagram of O2 molecule. So what is the first case? We have actually 1s, this is 1s and 1s atomic orbitals of the both oxygen atoms. So this is oxygen atom and this is actually another oxygen atom. Now these two undergoes linear combination and each 1s atomic orbital actually contains one electron in this manner. So now these are actually undergoing linear combination process and producing corresponding sigma 1s and sigma star 1s in this manner. Like this. So this is the first case. So after 1s, what we have actually 2s and 2s level. This 2s of the first atomic oxygen atomic orbital was oxygen atom. This is 2s orbital of the second oxygen atom. Now these two also, each orbital also contains 2 electrons in this manner. So now these two actually undergo linear combination and produces sigma 2s and sigma star 2s only. Like this. Okay, here total we have 4 number of electrons and these 4 electrons actually occupied in this manner. So here also 2 electrons enters into the bonding and 2 electrons actually enters into the anti-bonding level like this. So now we have actually 3 p orbitals in this manner. Let us say pz, py and px like this. Other side also we have a 3 p orbitals like this. Let us say pz, py and px like this. So p means 2p. All are actually 2p orbitals only. 2p orbitals only. Okay. But out of these pz linear combination produces sigma 2pz like this. In this case, sigma 2pz actually having lower energy because there is an sp mixing between these two orbitals, and later we have a pi 2px, pi 2py like this. Okay, and for all this others we have this is actually pi star 2px, pi star 2py like this, and finally we have a sigma star 2pz like this. Like this. So each p orbital actually total p orbitals available in the first oxygen contains actually 4 number of electrons, and here also this 3 p orbitals actually contains 4 number of electrons in this manner. You can also write here, instead of here you can write here. You can write like this. So total we have a total 8 number of electrons like this. Now we have to fill the 8 number of electrons. The rest one actually this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 like this. So like this we have to write the MO energy level diagram of oxygen molecule in this manner. So this is actually O2 molecule formation. This is actually O2 molecule formation. So now we have to calculate the bond order value for the O2 molecule. So for O2 molecule, what is the bond order value? So what is the bond order value? So bond order is equal to half into the number of electrons available in the bonding orbitals minus the number of electrons available in the anti-bonding orbitals. So here you can see, so this is actually one of the bonding electrons and these also another bonding electrons, and these all 6 electrons actually belongs to bonding molecular orbitals only. Okay, that means how many bonding electrons we have? 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 6 10. We have 10 bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons. So here these are actually anti-bonding electrons because these are sigma star 1s. These are sigma star 2s. total 4 antibonding electrons here, and here also these two are actually antibonding orbitals. So here also we have 2 electrons. So that means 2 plus 2 plus 2, total 6 electrons are available. So that means this value actually of into 4, that is equal to 2. So like this we have to calculate bond order value of O2 molecule in this manner. Okay. So this bond order 2 actually indicates that between the 2 oxygen atom there is a double bond between them. Okay. And coming to the magnetic nature. So whether this O2 molecule is paramagnetic in nature or diamagnetic in nature. So how to different that actually? So just see all the bonding and anti-bonding molecular orbitals in this example. So among these different bonding orbitals and anti-bonding orbitals, if we have any unpaired electrons, if this molecule contains any unpaired electrons in these molecular orbitals, then that is actually called paramagnetic in nature. If it doesn't contain any unpaired electrons, all are actually paired electrons, then that is actually diamagnetic in nature. But in this case, we have 2 unpaired electrons in this like this. So that means O2 molecule actually paramagnetic in nature. So this particular point actually not properly explained by valency bond theory, but we can easily explain by using MO energy level diagram like this. If we construct the MO energy level diagram for O2 molecule, so it shows actually 2 unpaired electrons available in the O2 molecule. So that is the reason O2 molecule behave like a paramagnetic in nature, and the bond order value actually O2 like this. But in the examination, in addition to this one, they usually asking about various bond order values of the O2 species. O2 space means this is actually one of the O2 molecule. Okay. So from this O2 molecule, if we remove one electron from this O2 molecule, if we remove one electron, what will happen? There is a formation of O2 plus species like this. If we remove one electron from the O2 molecule, there is a formation of O2 plus species like this. Or if we remove 2 electrons from the O2 species, then there is a formation of O2 2 plus species like this, because we have removed 2 electrons from the O2 molecule. So this is one of the O2 species, and these are also one of the O2 species. So in this case, what is the bond order value? Or in this case, what is the bond order value? And what about this? Whether this is a paramagnetic in nature, or this is also paramagnetic in nature, or diamagnetic in nature. So these details we can able to explain from the same diagram like this. So what is the meaning of O2 molecule? So in case of O2 molecule, we have a molecular orbitals like this. All these molecular orbitals actually occupied by the some number of electrons in this manner. But if we want to generate O2 plus molecule or O2 plus cation, then what we have to do? From this O2 molecule, we have to remove one electron from the higher energy orbitals like this. So just remove this electron from here. So just remove this electron in this manner. So that means that the remaining this structure actually not actually for the O2 plus molecule. Now this is the O2 plus molecule M1 energy level diagram. So what I have did actually just I removed actually one electron from the O2 molecule. So now calculate what is the bond order value for the O2 plus molecule of into the number of bonding electrons. So from this diagram, just I removed one electron from the anti-bonding level only, but the remaining bonding electrons are like that only. So in this case also we have a 10 number of bonding electrons, 2 plus 2 plus 4, 4 plus 6 actually 10 minus anti-bonding electrons. Here we have 2 anti-bonding electrons, 2 anti-bonding electrons, 4, and here 1 anti-bonding electron. Now this time we have actually only 5 only. So that means, so this is actually off into 5, bond order value 2.5. So that means if we remove one of the electron from the antibonding level of the O2 molecule, there is a formation of O2 plus molecule that is actually having bond order value 2.5. That means, so O2 plus molecule is more stable in general according to bond order value when compared to O2 molecule. So similarly, this step, if we remove 2 electrons from the O2 molecule, then there is a formation of O2 plus molecule like this. So that means we have to remove one more electron also from this antibonding level. So just remove another electron also from the antibonding level. So then that is actually for the, now this is the diagram for the O2 2 plus molecule. This is actually M1 is the diagram for the O2 2 plus molecule. Now we have to calculate bond order value. again off into the number of bonding electrons. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 6, 10 minus antibonding electrons, 2, 2 plus 2, 4, but here we have any, no, we don't have any electrons here, because that is actually O2, 2 plus, that means we have only 4 only. So that means this is actually 3. So that means in O2 2 plus molecule bonded, how much bonded value we have? 3 bonded value. So that means if you see the bond strength value, what is the trend? O2 2 plus is greater than O2 plus is greater than O2. So like this, among these three spaces, O2 2 plus actually having more bond strength value when compared to O2 molecule. This is one of the trend. So, and what is the nature of the O2 plus molecule? O2 plus molecule also actually one of the paramagnetic spaces, because O2 plus molecule contains one unpaired electron in the pi star antibonding level. Whereas the O2 2 plus molecule, if you see the O2 2 plus molecule diagram in this case, there is no unpaired electrons. All are actually paired electrons only. That means this is actually diamagnetic in nature. This is actually diamagnetic in nature. This is also paramagnetic, and even O2 molecule is paramagnetic in nature. So this is 3 different spaces. On the other hand, for a O2 molecule, if you provide one electron like this, if you add one more electron, what is there? There is a formation of O2 minus spaces like this. Or if we add 2 electrons, then there is a formation O2 2 minus spaces like this. So what is the O2 level diagram? So O2 level diagram means actually this one. This is the O2 molecule. We have a 2 unpaired electrons in this manner. This is actually O2 M1s level diagram. Yes or no? But now we have what actually we are looking for? O2 minus spaces. O2 minus means we have to add one more electron to the O2 molecule. So that means we have to add one more electron here. That is actually O2 minus spaces. So now this is actually MO energy diagram of O2 minus spaces. O2 minus spaces. So in this case, you can see how many antibonding electrons are there. 3. So let us calculate bond order value. In this case, of into the number of bonding electrons. 10 only in this case also, but antibonding electrons 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 3. Now this time we have a 3. So 3 means 7. So of into 3 bond order value 1.5. So now bond order value further decreased with respect to when compared to O2 molecule, because we added one more electron into the antibonding level. Okay. Similarly, the second case, how to form O2 2 minus species? So for the O2 minus species, if we add one more electron, then that is actually O2 2 minus species like this. Okay. O2 2 minus species like this is actually O2 2 minus species. So now calculate bond order value in the case of O2 2 minus of into, again we are not disturbed any bonding electrons. Again we have a 10 number of bonding electrons. Now we have to calculate the antibonding electrons. 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 4, 8. So that means here bond order value actually 1. So now we have a bond order value 1, further decrease. So that means, so O2 molecule actually having more bond strength when compared to O2 minus, and it is actually having less than compared to the O2 2 minus, like this. Okay, like this. And we know that O2 2 plus actually have greater bond strength, after that O2 plus, like this. So like this, this is the trend for the various oxygen species and corresponding bond strength value, and whether they are aromatic nature, paramagnetic nature or diamagnetic nature. So all those things we can able to explain by using M1 diagram in this manner. In the examination, they will ask to calculate the bond order value for the O2 2 plus as a 1 mark question, or sometimes they will ask calculate the bond order value for the O2 2 minus species, or construct the M1 diagram of O2 2 plus species or O2 2 minus species, and all those things. So what we have to do, first we have to construct the M1 diagram for the O2 molecule. So then add 2 number of electrons into the corresponding antibonding level in case of O2 minus, just remove 2 electrons from the antibond level, then we can able to generate O2 plus molecule like this. And in each case we have to calculate the bond order value, and we can able to assign the whether that is the paramagnetic nature or diamagnetic nature in this manner. So now what is the nature of the O2 minus in this case? If we see the O2 minus M1 diagram, all are actually paired electrons only. We don't have any unpaired electrons. So that means this is actually diamagnetic in nature. Okay, what about O2 minus species? Still it is actually having one unpaired electron, even though if we add one electron. So these are actually paramagnetic in nature. Paramagnetic nature, and O2 molecule actually paramagnetic nature, O2 plus also paramagnetic in nature, and this O2 plus actually again diamagnetic in nature. So like that we can able to explain the formation of various species in this manner. So this is all about actually O2 molecule formation and construction of M1 is the diagram of the O2 molecule and corresponding species in this manner. So if you have any doubt, so please contact me to my email ID, through my email ID or mobile number, and you can clarify your doubts. So thank you one and all. So in our next session we will see the how to construct the molecular energy diagram of CO molecule and other examples. So thank you one and all.